Closing arguments in a death penalty murder trial in Las Vegas. The jury now deliberating.
And the 8 News Now investigators, the only media outlet in the courtroom. Their coverage of the murder of Cesar Molina back in 2016 making national headlines. Our Kyle Payne is following that story. And Kyle, this is a high-stakes trial.
Brian, Denise, not often a jury has to decide on the death penalty here in Nevada. If this jury finds Anthony Newton guilty of first-degree murder, we'll be back in court covering another phase of the trial where the jury will indeed decide whether to sentence Newton to death. Prosecutors in closing arguments Tuesday saying Newton's motive for murder, a tale as old as time. Revenge for Molina, the victim sleeping with Newton's wife while he was in prison. The jury hearing that Newton made his wife get an abortion and had a friend lure Molina to an apartment where they killed him and then dismembered his torso. Prosecutors say Newton took what was left of Molina's body to a vacant lot in the East Valley and set it on fire. But Newton's lawyer said the state didn't prove its case.
But if you have a reasonable doubt as to the guilt of Mr. Newton as he sits here today, he is entitled to a verdict of not guilty. That is a right that belongs not just to Mr. Newton, but to you and to me, to her, to them, to anyone who has a criminal charge brought against them.
To sow reasonable doubt in the minds of that jury, Newton's attorney discussed 2 other people arrested with Newton who pleaded guilty and expected to be sentenced next month. One of them I referred to earlier, Kelsey Glass on the left, attempted to helping lure Molina to the apartment where police say he was killed. The other person is Newton's brother-in-law, George Malapertis. He helped cut up Molina's body, he says, in that plea. We are, of course, waiting to hear the jury's verdict, and we'll bring you it as soon as it happens. Denise?
Well, we can tell you also tonight that Anthony Newton actually faces 6 charges in this case stemming from Molina's murder. They include robbery with use of a deadly weapon and first-degree kidnapping, also with a deadly weapon.